Ooh. Like, for a moment, you see Tullus, you see the shotgun as he puts it up on his shoulder, you know, doing one of these numbers.
Are you feeling okay, Tullus? You don't look well.
Absolutely not, but let's get this done and get the hell out of here, and I will feel so much better.
Let's continue on.
Yeah, let's get running. Let us go. How is Rose reacting to all this?
Oh yeah, that's one more thing.
Rose is, I mean, it's obvious supernal magic.
Yeah.
We'll have to look up the what's the word? Quiescence.
Yeah. Rose was holding up pretty well, but is now quite visibly shaken, just because it was supernal magic she wasn't ready for at all.
I apologize. Man, if Cherry wasn't still stoic right now, she'd do something, but she is still stoic. To get run.
So we're going to be moving on as soon as Wyverian gets back.
Oh, yeah.
And there he is. We're all dead. No, we're good. We're moving on.
Yeah, I figured. You didn't need to wait for me.
Yeah. They keep going.
Alright. So, you continue onwards. Kalmir. There's a voice in your head. It's just almost a collection of almost whispers, hushed speaking of just be careful.
Do you guys hear that? I heard someone speak.
I haven't said anything.
I don't know what that could be. Out of character, I don't know what that could possibly be.
Oh, that is strange. Well, I suggest we be careful as we continue on, then.
Paradox? Was that something? I'm trying to think about things.
You're not gonna find a mechanic.
Okay, I'm just thinking about things out of the universe. Okay.
This is narrative.
Yeah.
No, my brain's just like this now.
Technically, it's based off an ability, but narrative.
Okay.
Shh, don't worry about it.
Narrative effect.
Yes. So this continues. Eventually, these rooms stop being quite as common, and this hallway stretches. There are a number of doors, very thick, almost blast-like doors, but they're not quite all on their hinges anymore. What you can tell, however, recently is this was quite recent damage. The blast marks are quite fresh. You can almost still smell the, I don't want to say gunpowder in the air, but you can smell the explosive in the air still. It's quite, the air is stagnant. Sulfur almost.
And I'm assuming these are like thick blast doors.
Yeah, these are pretty thick.
So that must be one hell of an explosive if it did that, Tola says as we kind of move through.
Do you foresee us running into more enemies in danger?
No. In all likelihood, I do not doubt that it is. I do not doubt that it is likely. I cannot see the future. I cannot see that future precisely, but I I imagine that we are likely to run into more.
I also think it would depend on how bad the radiation is at this point. I don't know if even suits are viable at this point. We're probably only up because of Kalmir here.
Indeed.
I could cast another spell. It would lessen the risk for us, I think. Although it might be difficult for us to find one another. I mean, if the enemy can't see us.
At this point, I would rather avoid using too much obvious magic.
As would I, but
As we still have Rose there. Out of...
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, as I said, let us be very careful going on.
I guess we'll keep moving forward. And can I roll? Like some sort of Can I roll like to wits composure to like hear if anyone's in front of us, I suppose, or like when we're getting close to people.
Yeah, it'll just be carefully listening.
Yeah, normal wits plus composure.
Yeah, you can give me the roll.
Good enough.
But yeah, so this hallway starts to turn. Not just turning, but it almost looks like someone took the hallway and twisted it. It starts to kind of go up, down, sideways. But the walls don't show any sign of cracking or damage.
So like
Sorry?
So like they were twisted in a movie or something.
Pretty much.
Or like,
I'm thinking Legend of Zelda Forest Temple. It's that reference. Go on.
I didn't play Zelda, sorry.
I don't remember that specific one.
I don't remember either.
I've probably seen the thing you're talking about. I just
Ocarina of Time.
I know it's the Ocarina of Time Forest Temple. I haven't seen the. I don't remember specifically what you're talking about. Just bad memory.
This place doesn't look like the others. What an odd
Doesn't that mean we're getting
architecture
close?
choice.
Doesn't that mean we're getting close, though? Wasn't that kind of the motif in the last place?
Hey, don't you have space constantly on?
Not constantly on. It's Mage Sight. It's one of
yeah.
my ruling.
Oh yeah.
So peripheral stuff would trigger it. I mean, something like this, I would definitely look.
Yeah.
Dull.
Yeah, it's nothing I can recognize. It's just shaped this way for some odd reason.
Likely whatever caused the previous issues we've seen, likely also caused this. This was obviously not built this way.
So the path we take is through this twisted hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is the only hallway at this point.
Okay. Are we still walking straight, or are we climbing and stuff?
You're still walking straight, it's just that the place you're walking is no longer the floor all the time.
Ah, okay.
But gravity is still in effect here, you're not like...
Like a fun
falling.
house.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking either gravity is still normal, as in we're walking over cracks and not cracks, but on walls and on ceilings, or if it's wonky, we're still walking on the floor and we're twisting with it.
No, you're not twisting with it.
Okay.
But yeah, eventually this opens up into a larger room. There is activity in here. The room itself almost looks like what you'd consider, it'd be what, like, if you took an auditorium and then just made it 360. It slopes downwards and there's a center platform area, but it's a large circular room. You could see even from here there are multiple entrances. The room, however, is filled with machinery, for no better term than machinery. A number of pipes and cables and large buzzing machines fill both these slopes and the center platform. Still, there are metal grates walking over them and whatnot. There are people in the room, however. Sharon. Decent amount of them. About 10 of them. Many are huddled over machines, but a couple of them are actively watching the entrance and do see you come in. A voice does echo out, and well, if it isn't the ones who took out Delta.
Why does everybody assume we're violent? You see a little bit of it. You hear at least a little bit of actual exasperation on Tullis's voice.
Oh, I don't know. When you're in communication with a team over radio, and they go silent after telling you they were trying to subdue an unknown group of individuals, one can only assume violence.
Yes,
Jerry.
You're also in the middle of a reactor that has monsters chewing at the bit to get at you.
Do I recognize this voice?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I figured. Okay. Hey guys, you guys okay with me taking a stupid decision?
Always.
Hey. Oh, this is stupid. Oh, this is stupid and not going to help us at all. Jerry's gonna fucking shoot him. Hold on.
Okay.
How do I even do that? Okay, so
With
this is gonna...
With a gun.
So fire...
Is that really what you were gonna say, Pooter? With a gun?
Gun?
How much... He has ballistic armor on.
Does he?
He's got riot gear.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
He's dressed in the same gear as basically everyone else.
Oh, I see. I thought it was like scientists in hazmat suits and others with riot gear. I don't know. I misunderstood.
They all appear to be. They knew what they were getting into here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Give me the roll.
Yeah. With -1 because I'm using a pistol. Yeah, that figures.
Do you have a strength of 1?
Yes.
Oh.
She's weak. Not like inhumanly weak, but she's not very strong.
Okay. This handgun fires off, and you are in a building. It echoes. It's loud. A number of people duck for cover.
Yeah.
And
Shot
weapons
goes
are-
wide.
Yeah. does impact into some machinery, which is quite not pleased at being shot. There's a number of quite the audible beeping and machine going, hey, wrong, check connections, you know.
Yeah.
But people duck for cover and draw weapons of their own.
So what do you guys do? Because I just took my action, I guess.
Well, if they're drawing guns, I'm spending a mana to activate my forces armor for one.
I guess at this point, Tullus would just find the nearest thing of cover.
Me.
Technically, but not probably the answer you want.
I know.
And how big is and how far are they? Like range-wise?
Distances, feet to meters.
Are they within the first range, which is 20?
Yeah, they're about
Okay.
50, 60 feet away, probably.
So they're in the first range of 20.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. 20
Alright.
meters.
Alright. Yeah. So Tullus is gonna just dive behind the nearest sturdiest thing he can. Not Kalmir.
Cherry's gonna try and get out of there with Rose as soon as possible. Well, she doesn't want to be out in the open, I suppose.
Yeah, dive for cover.
She shot Mind in the doorway, so she's going behind the doorway.
Let's see. Do I have a spell? I have a lot of spells.
I don't Tullus is gonna shout out after he gets behind cover. I don't suppose you would allow us to say that was an accidental discharge? I'm just checking.
This man knows who Cherry is. This man knows who I am.
Yeah, you don't get a reply about accidental discharges. But they haven't shot yet. They moved to cover, and they're aiming, but they haven't shot yet.
I'll
There
move to
is, yeah, some of the individuals who are not armed, or not quite not actively armed, still working with machines, devices, that what they're for. One of them does yell up, and it just, boss, we've got we've got something weird here.
Kalmir peeks his head up.
This ain't right. Leads to main individual who Cherry shot at pulling back and trying to take a look for himself.
Tullus is actually now gonna poke his head out very, very carefully, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling. It's just like it's going down faster than we can keep it charged. How do we activate safety mechanisms again? It's like, because they don't seem to be turning on.
Tullus is gonna shout out again. Should we all, like, begin to evacuate and forgo shooting each other for right now? Because that doesn't sound good to me.
Very shortly after you say this, some machinery on the far end of the room explodes.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm getting the hell out. And Tullus dives for the doorway to try and scramble and get out of any exploding machinery.
Very shortly after this explosion, from the hallways that you came in and all the other entrances, it echoes. Just a very large, not large, yeah, large sound. That's what I need. Like,
Big boom.
Boy, it's late. Sorry, guys. A very loud sounding cry, screech, scream, wail, however you really want to describe it. Audible distress. As more machines in the central room start to beep faster and very clearly are going downhill. The individuals in the center of the room they start packing up their gear as quick as they can here, and it's just, yeah, we got a meltdown.
What's melting?
Tullus just says we need to get the hell out of here now.
Cherry. Yeah, I get.
Don't we still need something from here?
Oh, okay. Tullus is gonna grab Kalmir and kind of pull him to face him. In about, I don't know, however long this meltdown takes, there isn't going to be a here. It's gonna be bad.
Oh.
Very, very bad. This place is going to be a gigantic hole. So bad that nothing that even you could do will stop this.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
What does a quick forces sight tell me about this room?
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of it still is dull. But a lot of the equipment that they were working with is still lighting up. But a lot of the exploding machinery in the background, you can look at it. You can see the electricity sparking out of it. Mage Knight doesn't see it.
Doesn't see it.
Is that just because it's not near enough to us?
Oh, that doesn't make sense in my head.
So as more and more of this room starts to break down, as people are leaving, actively running away, Tullus is booking it.
Yeah, he's gone. After he said that to Kalmir, he's gone.
Cherry, because Rose is here. She's gonna grab Rose and try and run.
Yeah, Rose is very quickly trying to grab Sherry and run too, about at the same time.
Yeah. Cherry understands well enough that this means there's going to be a lot of radiation here very quickly. And probably a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Well, Tullus doesn't understand as well as Cherry does. He knows very well what a nuclear meltdown is, and he doesn't want to be anywhere near this.
Yeah.
So, as people retreat back through this hallway, the hallway's not the same.
Of course it isn't.
It twisted.
No. It's flat again. But it's not the dull gray industrial concrete that you came through in. It's stone. Very sandy stone. Stahl. What are you doing at this point? After the encounter at the RV?
Well, first I need to, do you think that counts as a torment roll? Or would that...
Actually, a really, really good question.
I honestly couldn't tell you off the top of my head because I don't think I ever rolled torment.
Is it alienation? The thing is, he wasn't really alienating. It was more he was like... He was treating you as human in the most... He was treating you as human derogatory.
Well, it's not just the encounter with Cain, but it's also staking his boss.
Yeah, I basically killed the person who was closest to me. So in a way,
For money.
yeah.
Does Stahl feel tormented? This is a question for you, essentially.
Yeah. Let's roll that, because I haven't done it before.
Yeah, get one.
I've pretty much been like exempt from most Promethean weaknesses.
I'm gonna say that scene. I'm gonna say that scene lets me drop a stability, because I feel like that counts as directly acting against one of my conviction touchstones.
Did shoot at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed, but you shot him. The intent was there.
Let's see. What's the roll for that? That's like a resolve versus composure.
Resolve, composure minus Azoth.
So that's a chance die then.
Someone's going to torment.
I'll use a willpower.
Is it even something you can willpower?
Oh,
Wait,
no.
is it? No?
Not sure.
It doesn't say you specifically can't.
Okay, so then it probably is okay.
Yeah, you can willpower it.
So it's probably like a 2. Let's see.
Alright, let me open Night Horrors real quick.
Has the roll come up yet? It hasn't shown up on my end if it has.
There it goes.
Okay, there it is.
0 successes.
Oh, you didn't add. You didn't add the Oh wait, no, did you?
So I just
no, you
rolled
did.
2
That's
dice,
how-
since
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
what the total.
because his Azoth is 5. I think.
Yeah. I need
So-
more resolve.
Yeah. Stahl, you take the tormented condition. And because Zika, it's not quite normal torment, as we are all aware.
Of course.
So, a wasteland of size according to her natural Azoth.
5.
5.
That would be like a small building, I think.
It should give a list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
To be fair, it's probably not that. To be fair, or even
Full
to be
building.
fair, to be fair.
Actually, no. It's size 8 since I'm a Zika.
Oh, that's right. It's bigger, right?
Yeah.
Neighborhood.
it
Sure.
specifically says according to natural Azoth. And
Natural.
go ahead, Spencer.
I was just saying, it's not like a Zika wasteland. It's that different from this place's normal state.
That is true. That is 100% true.
The
There's
big more
any-
radiation.
If there's any place to have a torment, this is a good place for it.
It isn't gonna change their lot in life much more than normal.
I need Titania to run.
Yeah, so because it's a wasteland of size according to natural Azoth, effective Azoth, I'm pretty sure here is Firestorm immediately.
Excellent. We're losing the RV, guys.
For the drama.
Well, the person who had it as a merit's fucking gone, so.
Nobody had it as a merit.
Wasn't it Vitus' safe space?
Vitus isn't here anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but technically that was only like that was an afterthought deal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll tell you what, we'll start next session with the aftermath of the firestorm.
Yeah, so it's Azoth 5 or 8 for the thing, just to be sure.
When you're in torment, you have an effective Azoth of 8 until the torment ends.
Yeah. So it's an entire neighborhood.
Yeah. And then the category is a separate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will double check how it works for next time.
Yeah.
But we'll go through quickly here. Kalmir, how you doing? How's Pooter doing?
Kalmir is concerned. I'm having fun. Casting spells in front of and at sleepers. That's not something he was planning to do today. Bad thing. I need to roll for hubris, by the way. I'll roll that in a bit. and everything he's seeing is wrong in some way. Just it's not behaving the way he's thinking it's supposed to be behaving, even through Mage Sight. So he is very concerned. Plus, a voice in his head said, "Be careful." So you just figure out- voices, yes, plural. Bunch of voices. Be careful, idiot. But yeah, this is getting really interesting because now it's a lot of stuff I don't know what it is, and I'm really curious as to see what it is, what's going to happen if we don't all melt into a puddle of goo.
I'm not gonna party wipe you like that.
Yeah. Oh, and then I'm really interested in what's happening with Wyverian's characters there.
You forced me at gunpoint to change it.
Know that Cherry is going to have a way more respect for him.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes when we get back. Good times.
Cherry, Spencer, how you doing?
Yeah. Cherry's having a time. Right now she's most focused on, making sure that Rose doesn't die. She's also a bit confused about what the fuck is going on.
I think everybody is.
In general, she's having a time. Besides that, she's also glad she shot at fucking Dave, right?
Damn it, Dave.
It was.
Yeah. It's like, she's glad she shot at him. That was good. But sad that it was mostly a symbolic gesture and that he didn't die. But hey, he might die anyway.
You did shoot into a room of delicate equipment.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now, she's mostly just wants to make sure that he
Do
doesn't.
not explode.
Yeah, people here don't explode. Oh, and also she feels a bit bad for Kalmir. Because, you know, she didn't want to ask him to do obvious magic in the middle of that place, but you know, it felt like the best option to keep everyone here alive, and also, you know, not in Charon custody, which is bad, especially given all of them are supernatural, and she is aware of how bad that is. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm having relative fun. It's tired, you know. It's hard.
I get it.
Late.
I force myself awake. I force myself awake out of stubbornness to reschedule this. But I definitely feel the tiredness. I mean, it's first semester, right?
Yeah. It's it's the first semester of my third year.
Same, actually.
Yeah.
Technically.
Technically for me too, because I technically, oh god, it's too confusing. You're not gonna bother explaining that.
I mean, it can't be much more confusing than mine. I mean, I was taking classes from my junior year of high school, so.
I was taking like for a 2-year degree. In high school I was taking classes for a 2-year degree. And then I got everything for the 2-year degree, but I never actually got the 2-year degree because of scheduling issues. I never actually got the graduation, and so I did everything except actually get the degree, which is a bit dumb. And then of course now I'm 3 years into college. Now I'm 3 years into college, and like there's all that stuff, and
Yeah.
to get a 4-year degree and stuff like that. You know. I don't.
Fair.
Yeah.
I get the situation. I'm not in the situation, but I get where you're talking.
I imagine you have a different, also weird situation.
It's just I have more credits than I probably should for being a junior in my program.
That's fair.
That's about it. So, I guess not Vitus because he didn't do anything today. Tullus, Titania.
Titania is currently having a mental breakdown. She hasn't even told Tullus yet, and when Tullus gets that news, he's going to have a mental breakdown. At the end of the day, that was still their father. And Tullus is going to be very, very conflicted here very, very shortly once he gets the news.
Yeah, so I know you said you wanted to write him out, but you could have told me you had a plan like that. And I didn't, because I had a plan too.
If I say I've got it covered, I've got it covered.
Yeah, well...
Betrayal.
You could have told your GM your plan.
I am still running the game. You don't have to hide things from me. I wanted to set up another plot point with this, and then you went with a different plan. I'm like, salvage my plot, please.
To be fair, that was a pretty interesting plot point, and that was a pretty interesting plot point that Wyverian set up, but also a pretty interesting plot point that you set up. Also, you know, maybe it would have made more sense. Maybe it would have been more directly good if it was planned for directly, but you know.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing's planned for. That's illegal around here.
We don't do that.
Yeah, no. Planning's illegal. But how are you feeling about the game?
I'm fine. I'm just...
Okay.
Can I ask why you wanted to write Vitus out?
One of the biggest issues I was having with Vitus is the fact that I don't actually get to play Vitus.
Yeah. Most things take place today, yeah.
Yeah, there's other reasons, but that's a pretty big one, and the one that I'm willing to share publicly.
Fair enough.
And it's gonna become a mess.
Man, man, Cherry is gonna be like, Cherry's gonna be like good. Good. If you killed him, he probably deserved it.
You didn't really like him, right?
No, she didn't, and if they were willing to kill him, she's like, yeah, he probably deserved it.
Stahl, how you doing?
I
You
killed my
didn't
boss.
really- yeah, you didn't really get a whole lot of, I guess, screen time here, but you were alone because you killed the other PC that was with you.
I was asked to, okay?
Fair enough. Okay, I respect it. But what's Stahl thinking? How are you feeling about anything?
Stahl didn't expect that killing him would impact him the way it did. Yeah. Usually he's a pretty apathetic guy, so I guess he really didn't expect to feel, I don't know, the sort of loss he did at killing him. And I guess now that he's in torment, he's just kind of mad at like Kane himself and everything for what's happened. Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's it.
How are you feeling about anything? Any comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, feedback, threats? I don't know.
I'm kind of scared what's gonna happen to Titania.
I don't know what'll happen to the ghouls. They don't have any more vitae.
I'm working on that too. Don't worry. I'm gonna discuss that with you.
You're better.
Is this another plan you had? Or, no, okay.
Actually, I've already discussed somewhat of the plan. It has to do with the character
Have you?
profiles that I sent you.
I haven't read them yet, admittedly. Sorry.
Specifically, one of them, you're gonna be like, okay,
I'm
I
not
see the
gonna lie to you
direction.
yet. I saw you sent them, and I'm like, it's not happening this session.
Anyway, I'm talking more about the initial
Johnny just died?
explosion
Yeah, the initial explosion.
that happens with the torment.
Yeah, he goes nuclear.
Well,
But yeah, the Firestorm, I'll have to figure out just how bad it is, because it's Zika Firestorm.
Mm-hmm.
Zika Torment. I will find that out.
But it's
I
that
don't.
Titania should still have the Mage radiation armor,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
technically, if it helps.
I think it will help at very least.
it'll help. It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, I realize you got to have some kind of thing happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well
I'm
then,
also excited because I'm pretty much invincible now with 15 health box.